Welcome to our guide on applying thermal paste correctly for optimal CPU cooling. In this video, we'll reveal the best methods for spreading thermal paste evenly to ensure maximum heat transfer. Watch as we demonstrate the precise techniques, including the dot and spread methods, to achieve a perfect layer every time. Don't forget to check your equipment, and let's dive into making your CPU run cooler and more efficiently. First, let's open the PC case. Look at all the dust in the fan area. Dust can make the PC heat up, so we need to clean it before putting on new thermal paste. Next, we will clean the dust from the fan. I'm using a brush to gently remove the dust. Make sure to be careful and not damage the fan blades. Now, let's remove the screws from the fan. Once the fan is off, you can see a lot of dust on the heatsink. This dust can block airflow and make your CPU hotter, so we need to clean it out. Next, we'll remove the heatsink. Look at the old thermal paste on the CPU. It looks dry and worn out. We need to clean this off completely to make way for the new thermal paste. Now, let's clean the CPU. I'm using a clean cloth and some isopropyl alcohol to wipe off the old thermal paste. Make sure it's nice and clean. Here is the clean CPU. It's ready for new thermal paste. Here's the clean CPU. It looks great and is ready for the new thermal paste. A clean surface is important for good heat transfer and keeping your PC cool. Now, let's apply the thermal paste. I'm using a small amount and injecting a small dot in the center of the CPU. This is enough for a good connection. We don't want to use too much. Don't forget to clean the heatsink. Don't forget to wipe off all the dust and old thermal paste. A clean heatsink is important for good cooling. Make sure it's spotless before we put everything back together. Now, let's apply the thermal paste. I'm putting a small dot in the center of the CPU. This method ensures an even spread when we attach the heatsink. Remember, a small amount is sufficient. Next, we'll spread the thermal paste using a flat piece of cardboard. This is one of the best methods to ensure an even layer across the CPU surface. Gently move the cardboard in a circular motion to cover the area evenly. This will help improve heat transfer when we put the heatsink back on. Now it's time to put the heatsink back on. Align it carefully with the CPU and press it down gently. Secure it with the mounting clips or screws. This step is essential for effective heat dissipation. Important note, I don't have my fan set clip here, so don't forget to make sure you have a fan ready to install later. The fan is crucial for cooling the heatsink and CPU. Finally, we'll close the PC case. Ensure all screws are tightened and everything is secure. Remember, changing the thermal paste is crucial for maintaining optimal CPU temperatures and improving overall performance. It's a good idea to do this every few years or when you notice higher temperatures during use. And tips and advice. Regular maintenance. Regularly check your system's temperatures, especially after a thermal paste change. Keeping your CPU cool can extend its lifespan and improve performance. Cleaning. Dust buildup can significantly affect cooling efficiency. Consider cleaning your computer every few months, including the fans, heatsink, and vents. Thermal paste application. If you're unsure about your thermal paste application techniques, don't hesitate to watch tutorial videos or practice on an old CPU first to get a feel for the process. Monitor performance. After everything is back together, monitor your CPU temperature under load. Tools like HW Monitor or Core Temp can help you check if the thermal paste is working effectively. Replacement schedule. Make it a habit to replace thermal paste every 2-3 years, or sooner if you're overclocking or have a high-performance system. Familiarize yourself with components. Get to know your components and how they work together. Understanding your system can help you troubleshoot issues more effectively in the future. Final thoughts. Taking the time to ensure your CPU has the proper thermal paste and cooling setup can save you from potential overheating issues down the road. Your system's performance depends on it. Important note, I don't have my fan set clip here, so don't forget to make sure you have a fan ready to install later. The fan is crucial for cooling the heatsink and CPU. Finally, we'll close the PC case. Ensure all screws are tightened and everything is secure. Remember, changing the thermal paste is crucial for maintaining optimal CPU temperatures and improving overall performance. It's a good idea to do this every few years or when you notice higher temperatures during use.